Here we are another week. You know, we are a week past the Minnesota Fishing Opener. The Minnesota Fishing Opener was a week ago yesterday. We did a little recap, a whole lot of fun. I know a lot of you got out fishing. Hopefully you caught a bunch of fish. Hopefully you caught some walleyes. You got a chance to target bass, which was catch and release season. You can chase pike. You may have seen recently we did well on some crappies. The crappie bite is still very good. However, this last week, we really targeted walleyes. And a lot of you that know me know I'm definitely not a walleye expert. I love to fish for them. They're a whole lot of fun. And I'm learning just like all of you, but we did very well this week. Really focusing on walleye fishing and metro area walleye fishing. Today, we're out here. It's Sunday. We are bass fishing, pike fishing, bluegill fishing, whatever it might be. But we've been chasing a lot of walleyes. And how we've been catching our fish. I've been getting a lot of questions in the last few days about how we're catching our walleyes and what we're doing. And honestly, what I'm seeing in these metro lakes is a lot of fish relating to shallow weeds. They're relating to weeds, they're relating to shallow main lake structure or adjacent to this shallow structure. And these walleyes are really doing one of two things. They're finding the forage and they're holding it in the cover, or they're moving to this spot during prime windows to feed. So you're either gonna have these walleyes relating to the structure throughout the entire day, which we have seen on some lakes. I'm talking depths as shallow as 5, 6, 7 feet of water during daytime. Or you're finding that they utilize these spots specifically at low light, sunrise, sunset, even after dark. So what we're doing is we're moving around, looking for bait balls. We've noticed that the pattern on these metro lakes has been balls of bait or smaller fish like bluegills and crappies, just life, and then the walleyes seem to follow suit. So how are we catching these fish? We're catching them a variety of ways. I have not used live bait yet this year for walleyes. I have brought leeches with me just to be safe, but I have been strictly fishing artificials, plastics, jig heads and plastic combination, jig and minnow plastic combination. A lot of the things you see anglers do with what we now lean on, forward-facing sonar. However, I will be honest, I have not seen a pile of fish on my active target. Something I probably got to get better at. I see the walleye guys and gals in the tournament scene, just like the bass anglers, doing that heavily, chasing down walleyes, catching a bunch of fish on their electronics. I'm looking for bait. I'm looking for the things that I feel like the walleyes are following, and then I'm catching fish. So I'm using a Scope TG. This just came out. This is a tungsten ball head jig from All Terrain Tackle, which is a bass fishing company. I totally get it. These work exceptionally well for walleyes too. I like their offering in minnowy type colors, whether it's silver, white, black. And then I'm putting on a Mr. Twister Sassy Swimmer. This was one of the hot baits this last week. Silver head or a white head, and that Sassy Swimmer, kind of a chartreuse white tail. We've caught them on pearl, we've caught them on all white, we've caught them on speckled blue, bluegill patterns, perch patterns. I think what it means is you get this bait in front of a fish's face and you catch them. And what am I using for a rod? I had some questions about this new setup from Thorne Brothers. They have a new blank out called the Stealth. Got a chance to use these now for a week or so. Absolutely love them. For the price point, they're wonderful. I'm running 7-foot medium light action rod. I got a 7.3 as well. I got the Miraval Shimano on there, 2500. You could do a 3000, and I'm using a 10-pound braid to a 6 or 8 pound fluorocarbon leader. Now I beefed up to an 8-pound fluorocarbon leader because we were tangling with some larger fish and some pike. So I have not seen a big difference on how it performs. Just gives me a little more confidence and peace of mind. So that's been my setup to catch these walleyes. And I'm throwing it and I'm keeping contact with the bottom. Almost a hybrid of a jig worm fishing and a steady retrieve. I kind of hop it and I work it. And these fish are coming down to the bottom and they're popping it. Almost every fish I've caught, every walleye I've caught this week, I have legitly felt it bite. Thump. Like a hard thump. It's not just like, is there a fish there? It's a thwack. So they're eating these things pretty aggressively. And we've caught a lot of fish even casting out from these points. So if you feel like you have fish relating to this shallow structure in the weeds, whatever it might be, and you're starting to not see as many fish, you're not catching as many fish, but you know they're around, we've seen these walleyes just ever so slightly slide off that edge 20, 30 yards, and we fan casted out from this structure and caught some fish. So that's my walleye report. That's what I'm seeing. Main lake points, weed points, gravel, rock transitions, main lake flats, inside turns. Look for those edges, especially if you got any kind of hard bottom gravel mixed in. That seems to be where these fish are locating, and they're aggressively targeting baits. Super fun. I'm going to do it again this week, I'm not going to lie. Otherwise, the bass fishing's been great. We're catching fish on swim jigs, chatterbaits, wacky rigs. They're around docks, they're around cover, they're all over the place. The bluegill fishing's been wonderful. The crappies are just finishing up their spawn. The bluegills are just starting to move in, and in the coming weeks, the bluegills will start to do their thing. Now, next weekend, we have Memorial Weekend, a holiday weekend. As you know, and as you know me, I'm always going to tell you, be respectful, be courteous of one another. It's going to be busy on the metro area lakes, no questions asked. It's been busy on the weekends, and you can bet Memorial Weekend will be busy too. So be courteous at the boat launch, on the water. Just go out there and have fun and be respectful. So what am I going to do? We're going to chase down some more walleyes. We're going to chase down some more bass. We're going to chase down some more panfish. We're going to hit the gamut again, and hopefully have a whole lot of fun. So this coming week, water temps are in the mid 60s. I expect them to stay that way throughout the week, stay in the mid to upper 60s. I do think we are going to get some rain this week. I'm not sure, who knows, but I'll pay attention to that. But water temps are moving along nicely. So get out there, have some fun. It's a great time of year to go fishing. I am in shorts today, which is awesome. I've been in shorts the last few days. Kind of feels good. So have some fun, catch some fish, be safe, and see you next week.